Hey guys, I wanted to hop on here and help however I can with some of the concern around how we're handling things at Grit Gym, and also maybe some of these things can help you out with what you're doing in your own lives, because so much of this is hysteria and stressing. And like we've said all along, is that that sometimes the best thing that you can do is just turn off your news stations and stop reading some of the nonsense that's out there, the fear-mongering stuff. Not to say that there isn't valid concern around this, just fear doesn't really make a lot of sense. It doesn't really solve a lot of problems, right? So if you have questions, please hop on here, ask me below, and I'll be able to answer them. But some of the things that we've done at Grit Gym are the things that we've done for a very, very long time now. So for instance, I know enough gym owners around that never clean their gym, like haven't in years. And the stuff that we do twice a day, they are just now doing. So it's kind of easy on us. What we do, the cleaning process out here, is we take a disinfectant wipe and or we take the rags and we spray them down with the disinfectant and get them nice and wet, and then we wipe down all the equipment, and then after that we vacuum all of the flooring, and then after that we mop, and then after that we spray down the turf, and then we do that twice a day, and then as needed in between in between people's sessions and in between the morning and the evening shifts. But we also have, I'm hooked up here but there's in the top left hand, if you're staring at the cubbies, in the top left hand there's corner, there's been kind of like a self-cleaning station that's got antiseptic wipes. Rach actually couldn't buy, she went and tried to buy hand sanitizer and it's gone. You can't buy it anywhere. So she tried to make her own from some like DIY videos that she found online. Anyway, she has that spray ready for you guys. I cannot be more against hand sanitizer. I know a lot of people live and die by this stuff, but really you're killing all the good stuff that might be on your skin as well as all the bad. And some of that good stuff is what is protecting you in the first place. So there is reason to just use soap and water because it is vastly superior. So we're encouraging people to just continue just the things that you already know how to do. A lot of this stuff is just what you already, like, we all know enough to make better decisions. Please do make those better decisions. So washing your hands, if you have to cough, cover your mouth, staying away from people who are susceptible to this thing. It sounds like it's not the me's that are the problem, right? It's not the 35-year-olds that are going to get sick with this. They're like, I am not concerned whatsoever with getting COVID-19 because my immune system will fight it off. It's the people that are taking a medication that suppresses their immune system or are immune compromised in some other way because of their age or whatever else that we need to be, or don't need to be, but should be courteous of, right? Because like, I'm not going to go visit my 99-year-old grandma. She's not going to fight this thing off very well. But I'm not on here to talk about like I don't know anything about the disease particularly. It sounds like it's mostly an old person's thing. And one of the things to keep in mind is that if you guys have questions, please write them below. But your body is constantly fighting off pathogens all the time, constantly fighting off pathogens. And your body just happens to win most of the time. When you get sick, that's when your body is starting to lose the battle, but eventually it wins. So you got to be able to fight this one off. But I still say one of the best things that you can do is stop watching the news so that you're not just getting dug into this stressed out hysteria around it, because it's a valid concern. Like, it's totally understandable to be concerned. It is not reasonable to be fear-ridden over this thing. Like, it's just not. Like, what are you being scared to death of this thing is not helping anybody. It's not helping anybody else. So I'm really fairly proud. Like, I don't know if pride is the right word, but like, I'll have like a little sense of pride in the Grit Gym tribe for a poet, and I didn't know it. But for you guys' logic and reason and like everything that you guys have talked with me about, it just sounds like you're thinking it through and you're not being all panicky and going out and getting in fights and stabbing each other over toilet paper. It just seems so silly to me. And stocking up on things that we probably don't necessarily need. But it does sound like this thing could, I know that in Pittsburgh, they locked down all fitness facilities. I'm going to do a separate video about this too, but one thing that we want to do whatever we can to help you guys with your health. We're committed to helping you with your health. That includes exercise, mindset, nutrition, recovery. So what we're going to do is what we have with our, a lot of you guys don't know about this, but we have a Grit Gym virtual training platform. If you go onto the members area, there's the navigation bar at the top and it says login. And if you click on that button, that gives you access to every single exercise that we do out here. And anybody who wants to keep their membership and continue to move forward with training, what we do there is we write a program specific to you, and then we send it to you, and then you look up the exercises on there and do that. And then we're going to have some video calls and such to help. And then what we're going to do to add on to that is we're going to do 2 phone calls every week. Because we don't want to lose that personal touch. That's the thing about this whole thing. Like you could go take a program off of Google. It wouldn't be it wouldn't be specific to you, but you could go and take a program off of Google and do that program, that strength training regimen, and maybe you get hurt, maybe you don't, maybe you get some results off of it. You always get a result, right? It's either a consequence or a reward. But you wouldn't have that personal touch. So we want to be there. We want to be supportive. We want to be helping to keep you accountable in some way and see what we can do there. If you want to hop on a video call, we can do that. We're committed to helping support you in what you're trying to do. So I'm talking aimlessly, but I don't know about aimlessly, but please stop watching the news. It's so nonsense. It's so over exaggerated. Do you need to be concerned? Yes. Does fear help you? No. Being scared that your house is going to burn down doesn't help anybody. And if your house is burning down, it would be better to take the steps to take care of mitigating the problem. But anyway, if you guys have questions for me, that's what we're doing as far as cleaning and as far as what we can do to help you guys with your workouts in the meantime, because it does sound like Pittsburgh on Saturday closed down all fitness facilities. New York, state of New York, New Jersey, the state of Connecticut, Maryland, and I forget who else. Thanks, Bo. I appreciate it, man. I forget who else. Anyway, it's a laundry list of states and cities that have just basically said everybody gets to not do anything. And that there's a curfew, I think, going into effect in Iowa now that I just heard about from a reliable source. Anyway, whether you think this is a government, like a government overreach or authoritative overreach, that's kind of besides the point, because I think we're having a tough, I should just stop. But if there's any questions, hey Maggie, hey Bo, who else is on here? Guys, if you have questions about what we're doing at Grit Gym, as far as cleaning and or what you can do with your workouts in the meantime, we're here to help, and we want to be as supportive as possible. But if you want to get signed up for the Grit Gym VT, go to gritgym.com, click that login button, and it'll send your information to us. And when that happens, then we can give you a call, and we'll get you set up and explain everything of how it works. But what you get access to over 2,000 videos. It's every exercise that we do at Grit Gym. And then you get 2 phone calls per week so that we're not losing that personal touch. And then one thing that we're also going to do, we're going to stay open as long as we can, but we're going to live stream the workouts. So the metabolic and the Move Strong and the tune-up workouts, we're going to live stream those from here. Rachel's going to hold the camera, and Tori and I are going to modify the workouts slightly for you guys at home that want to do them at home with us, that don't want to lose out on your experience here. And that'll be really interesting. But that'll be here in the private Facebook group, and definitely encourage you guys to get on for those. And anybody who wants actual workouts sent to them, specific to them, we're happy to do that, and we hope we get to keep on going with that. Because and one thing to do keep this in mind, though. There's one thing that I wanted to get across, and I almost forgot. I don't have actual very good notes for this talk, but your body doesn't degenerate. It doesn't you don't lose a ton very quickly. It takes about 3 to 5 days for your body to lose speed. It takes about 14 days for it to lose power and strength, and it takes about 30 to 45 days for it to lose your aerobic capacity. So we don't really need to do a ton of stuff to maintain. You only have to do about 18% of what you were used to doing before to maintain where you are. That starts to drop off as time goes along. But for 1 or 2 weeks, we can do about 18% of what we were doing before and maintain where we are. It takes quite a bit more energy to raise the level up and get more out of it. But if we just do 18% over the next 2 weeks, we can really use this as a time of recovery to actually be of benefit to us. And really, it sounds like that's what needs to happen with this whole thing, is that if we can, if you delay it out for 12 weeks, if you can dampen the blow to 12 weeks, then you're more likely, how do I say that? If you can dampen, hey Tori, he's coming in. You just meet and greet. If you can keep it out for, if it hits, let me rephrase. If it all hits in a 2-week time frame, then the hospitals get overrun. If it's 12 weeks long, then then they can handle the blow. But what do you recommend for people who are stuck in their homes, or are you doing anything fun to keep you busy? Pass the time, I don't know what we're gonna do. There is that joke that just like in the New York blackout, that 9 months later the hospitals were overrun with people going into labor, which I imagine is probably what's going to happen here, is that people get bored, have sex, and 9 months from now we're just going to have a bunch of coronial babies. We'll see if future grandparents of Rachel and Adam's kids are going to be disappointed from 9 months from now, or if they're, I don't know, maybe that's TMI, but I imagine that's probably what's going to happen, is that a bunch of people are going to, pass the time that way. But we're going to put some workouts together so that we can hopefully at least occupy 30 to 60 minutes of your time. And I hope other than that, people are meditating and sleeping and catching up on books and learning and using the time wisely. That's what I would say. I know that I'm slightly behind on a couple of the books that are very, very, very difficult reads for me. So that's what I'm going to be doing if I have time, and I'll get to finish my own book, which just needs the pictures added. So that's what I'll be doing. But anyway, I've got to run. And if you guys have any questions, please put them down below. That's what we're doing for cleaning. We want to support you however we can. We're going to have extra spray bottles around in case you want to, spray yourself off in between sets. But thanks for being here, guys. Talk soon.